good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Reinvent Your Reality Podcast. My name is Jen, and I'm so happy you could join me today and talk about energy vampires today. Yes, energy vampires. That's right. Maybe I'll do a whole podcast in that accent because I think that would be kind of fun, but I won't. I will not. So hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you again for joining. I really, really do appreciate it. I wanted to do this episode because energy vampires, man, they are alive and well. They are alive and well. And you guys know that I'm talking about. Those people that drain your energy, that suck you in, then you leave feeling like you feel like bloodless. You feel like every ounce of your being has been drained and you're shriveling into a ball because you're like a prune, right? And you got no blood in you. So, energy vampires. I'm going to talk about 5 different kinds that I just kind of made up, So, yeah, if you can hang in there, let's talk about them. And then, some ways that you can get around them. So basically the thing is like, okay, energy vampires, do I run away or do I defend? Because sometimes you can't run away and sometimes you need to defend. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So, all right. So first kind of energy vampire, I'm going to talk about something like I like to call the competitors. So these are the types of people who they are all about competition. They're all about the comparison game. You know who I'm talking about. These are the people who are like, all right, who has the shittiest life? Who has the most stress? Whose everything sucks more? Who has been to the most doctor's appointments? Who has the most medical ailments? Like, galore, like out the ass, okay? It's like you comment on something or you say, oh, my mother died today. Oh, my dog just died. Oh, I went to the doctor today. Says I have cancer. Oh, I got a hangnail and I had to get a toenail removed. These are the types of people. They have to play the competition game. And instead of just offering sympathy or compassion, they feel the need to compete. See this all the time. And you'll notice this even with people who are not necessarily energy vampires, but with people close to you, with friends, is this psychology of this human body, the human brain that we have. It's always like this competition mindset. And I don't know if that's just society or that's just how we're wired, where it's just like I don't know, we say something, we show a picture, we do something, and the other person feels the need to, we always want to relate to other people, right? We always want to resonate or something. So the need to come back with something very similar, a similar picture, a similar experience. And that's okay for friendships and stuff like that. But here, what I'm talking about are the people who are really, really draining. It's always like a negative thing. It's those old people at the diner talking about how many medications they're on, or it's like somebody wins a prize for wins an award for like who has the longest list of like medical complications or medical ailments or prescription drugs. Like, come on, like what is it, especially when we're older? And this is the other thing I'm going to get into, how energy vampires drain not only our energy but make us age faster. So if you are older, or maybe you're younger and you're worried about aging a lot, or you found that you have more wrinkles or you're aging a lot, look at who you're surrounding yourself with, because this is a big deal, okay? If you're constantly surrounding yourself with people who are lowering your vibrational state, then this is going to affect you a lot. And you may not even know it because you're just used to it, okay? So yeah, number 1 is the competitors. These are the people who I don't know, it's like comfort in numbers, and they always feel the need to compete with you, okay? Always feel the need to compete with you. All right, the second type of energy vampire I'm going to talk about is the pity party club. The pity party club. Oh my God, this is the all-inclusive paid trip to the pity party. All right. These are the people who like join our exclusive club, get in on the membership here. And we'll just talk about all things that make us feel even worse. Okay. These are the people who get off on you joining their club. All right. And sometimes there's no escaping. They're just going to reel you in, and they won't budge no matter what you say to them. So, it's like, don't be an outcast. Join our club. Join our club. Let's talk about stuff. And this can relate to the competitors too, where it's like, all right, let's compete. And okay, once we're engaging and we've got you engaged and we're going to bring you into our club. You can enter in at any time. And these are the people who just such a drain, the pity party club. They are primarily, let me see here. It's kind of like somebody who talks about something negative and you talk about something positive, right away they cut you off. Or, but if you talk about something negative right away, it's like, oh yeah, come to our club, right? You're not allowed in our club if you're talking about optimism, if you're talking about, raising your vibration or happy things, right? If you're not talking about that, then you can't join our club. So the pity party club is a big one. Number 3 are the manipulators and the scam artists, so the scammers. And, it's not your responsibility. It's not your problem. But these types of energy vampires will make you feel like you have a responsibility to tend to their needs. You have a responsibility to, show them sympathy, but in a way where you're draining your energy. You basically have a commitment to uphold, to completely wipe yourself out, because they're in your presence. So it's like this hierarchy of energy vampires. And these are the people who are very, very manipulative, scam artists. I can't say the word. I'm sorry. I'm missing teeth from my oral surgery I had a few weeks back. So there's some words that I still can't say, but hey, I'll have teeth soon in like 4 to 5 months. But anyway, these are the people who will slowly or quickly manipulate you and make you feel like you should pity them, or you should, console them, or it could be about any little thing. It doesn't have to be like something huge like a death. It could be like this person, has a booger, and you you feel the need to like, oh my God, like that's the worst thing ever that this person could go through. It becomes like you get sucked into their world and you lose yourself in the process. And sometimes it's not obvious. They're like scam artists, right? That they suck you in. All right. And this leads me to, number 4, which is the subtle hook and sinkers. So this could be manipulative type as well. And they're very subtle about it. So maybe, number 4 and number 3 could kind of fit into the same category, but they're very subtle in their ways, and they kind of ease you into the process. And once they know that they have you, I was going to say by the balls, but not everybody has balls. So once they have you, then hook and sink, right? It's like the fishing line. They reel you in. And there's no escaping. And the things about these types and the scam artist types, they will make you feel like you're being selfish if you're not tending to their needs in some way. Okay. So you got to watch out for these types. It's all about self-awareness. And then, number 5 is a fun one. All right. Number 5 are the media leeches. The media leeches are the people who love watching the news. They're up on every story, online. They're on social media, and these energy vampires will suck you in if you're not careful. So if you engage with them right away, There are those people on social media, they put up like an angry political post. If you engage and you comment on their shit, right away, they're going to come back. There's going to be an argument. There's going to be a blow up. There's going to be something. Okay. Now, these are usually on social media, I feel like it's more anger. But if they're watching the news and stuff, they're the types who are going to be like, oh, did you see what happened in Thailand? Did you see what happened? Somewhere that is like half the world away. And you see what happened on the moon today? Like, oh my gosh, we're doomed. Like, this is awful. This is really, really awful. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Okay, those types. You know who I mean, right? You know who I mean. They watch the news all day, 24/7. They are very, very invested, and they don't know any other way, but they will suck you in if you engage, all right? So now that we've talked about those 5, let's see. Do we run away? Do we defend? Like I said, sometimes it's not possible for us to run away from energy vampires. If it's family, if it's close friends of ours, maybe we should kind of rethink who our close friends are, because if they're draining us on a constant basis, we're always hanging out with them, then that becomes an issue for ourselves. It's going to affect us. So we really need to be aware of how we're feeling when we're around certain people, because a lot of times we're not. A lot of times we're not aware of why we're tired. And it may be like, wow, I just hung out with this person and now I feel really tired. But sometimes we don't recognize that, okay? So you have to recognize it a little bit. All right, the first thing that I would say is the biggest way to deny an energy vampire is to not feed the monster, okay? The less importance and attention you give to the monster, the more they kind of ease up or detach, So a lot of times what we do when there's an energy vampire and we're unaware that this person actually is an energy vampire, or we don't know what an energy vampire is, or we have no concept of like no awareness of our body in time and space. We have an emotion when we're around them. We have a reaction, and then we latch on to that thing, that person, that comment, whatever it is, that story they're telling. And we don't let go. It's hard to let go. Once we've attached, it's like being attached to tentacles or something, or one of those sucky fish that's like attached to the fishbowl on the side, right? If you try to pull it away, it won't pull away. It's really hard. So the thing is to not attach in the first place. And what that means is to not engage, to not feed the monster, because basically what an energy vampire is a giant pendulum. It's a giant energy suck that's trying to reel different people in. And it's, not saying that like a friend of yours or a family member is like a monster, or they just like, they're this demon that's like out to get you. But what I'm saying is that it's energy. I'm talking about energy here, okay? Our energy is affected by other people's energy and vice versa. So a lot of times people do not know, are not aware of the energy that they're putting out to others. They're not aware of it, okay? So the fact that you're listening to this podcast shows me or tells me that maybe you're a little more aware in your body. You recognize what you're feeling. And that is awesome. That is great, because that is going to help you throughout life, being able to decipher and actually getting in tune to what you're feeling, right? We all have an inner GPS that's telling us which direction to go in life. A lot of times we don't listen to it, but it's our intuitive, have you heard like a gut feeling, right? It's usually right. Our intuitive ability is very, very right. It's just that we don't use it a lot of times because we're always in our conscious mind, and we're thinking too much, pretty much. Okay. So anyway, the less importance and attention you put on an energy vampire, the better. Okay. Number 2, boundary setting up front. Got to set those boundaries. And it's like, well, how do I do that? So it could be changing the subject on somebody. Sometimes that doesn't work because they're just going to keep talking and talking, but you can try. All right. You can try that. Be like, okay, thanks for that. So, the worst thing you could do is get angry or respond in a way that I don't know, that you can agree with them and either change the subject, because basically the vampires are going to get very upset if you don't agree with them, if you don't conspire with them, if you don't join their little party, the little club. They're going to get angry. They're going to get resistant. And that usually leads to some sort of disruption, and then you're reacting and the other person's reacting. So sometimes it's better to agree with them than either change the subject or agree with them and walk away. The best thing to do is stay grounded in your body. So if you know that somebody that you're going to visit or is in fact an energy vampire, one of these 5, then ground yourself beforehand. I don't know, meditate, go stand out in the grass, but get yourself centered where you are more in your body and less in your head. Because if you're in your head, you're going to be in just this reactionary mode. Okay. So that is really, really important. Number 3 is break the cycle. Okay. Do the unexpected around an energy vampire. And this is really cool technique. Okay. Like I said, energy vampires are going to expect you to respond or react in a certain way, but that doesn't mean that you have to. A lot of times we do. We just kind of follow the lead because it's the energetics behind it and we're just so used to doing it. But we have a choice in how we respond. So an energy vampire is always going to think that if they're engaging with you, that you're going to engage back in a certain way, because otherwise it would be, I don't want to say inappropriate, but it would be odd, I guess. So if you do the odd, weird thing and you respond in a completely ridiculous way to this person, it kind of breaks the energy up. Okay. And this is something I learned from one of my favorite books, Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland, about these energetic structures called pendulums, which basically, an energy vampire would fall into. It's like we're being sucked into somebody's energy. But if you do something completely out of the norm, you bang on pots and pans, you start singing, you start dancing, this person's like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. And right away, that disrupts the energy and it diffuses some of that energy. So that is a fun one. And then the last thing you could do with energy vampires, of course, is distance yourself. This is one of the best ways to do it. You can't always do it. Distancing yourself is different from running away, I guess, because running away is kind of like you face an energy vampire, you don't say anything, and you just like scurry away like a little mouse. No, this is distancing yourself, knowing beforehand who is right for your energy and who isn't, or I won't say right, but beneficial versus not beneficial for you, and putting the distance on a little bit. Okay. It's about setting those boundaries, because that is really, really huge. So if you can distance. So, that's basically it as far as energy vampires. I just thought, I don't know how many, I probably said vampires like 50 billion times in this podcast, but that's okay. It's an important thing, because anytime we can be aware and recognize stuff that's draining us on a day-to-day basis, the more we can live not only in alignment to ourselves, but we can raise our vibration and our frequency. Like, we are all vibration. We are not as solid as we seem. Okay. We're a bunch of electromagnetic energy things around us, and everything is energy, right? We know this in the universe. Like, it's no lie. So it's pretty obvious that other people's energy are going to affect our energy, our heart energy. We have energy that extends out from our heart, electromagnetic field that extends out from our bodies. So we're going to pick up on other people's as well. So, whenever we communicate with somebody, more so in person than online, we are going to feel that other person's energy. We're going to enter into their energy bubble, let's say. And if it's not like a good energy, or it's a lower vibrational state than what we're used to, we're going to get drained. We're going to feel crappy, all kinds of stuff, and physical manifestations of that. Okay. Because again, we're energy, we are vibration. So this is important to know, it's important to recognize, because we want to live freely. We want to live in our light. We want to live in a way where we feel good, right? And certain people don't make us feel good, or certain things don't make us feel good. It's kind of like when we're exposed to too much. I know for me, it's like if I'm online too much or the screen gives you a headache, and well, people can do that too, because again, it's emitting these signals to your body, all right, all the time. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know. You can contact me, share this podcast with your friends if you really enjoyed it. I do appreciate you listening to the end. I really, really do. And let's see, what else? If you want more information, you can go to my website. It's www.jenpalko.com. You can watch my videos. I put out YouTube videos every single week. So you can go on YouTube. It's Jen Palko on YouTube. It's also not only on my website, but in the bio below here. My new book is out, 12-Step Guide for the Self-Help Book Addict. So you can catch that. Link is below and also on my website too. So what else can I promote? All right, that's going to be it. But yeah, if you like this podcast, please like it, share it, support me, if you have the means to. I do appreciate that. And I appreciate you. So I hope you have a great day and a great week. And I will talk to you on the next podcast. So peace.